I have given a name to my pain. The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. You don't really think you'll win, do you? I'm Batman.
Hey now, welcome to episode 104. See, I got that right, Justin. I got that numbering right, dude.
Oh, it's not hard. It's not a hard thing to do.
No, it's just, one after another, 3 and 4. Okay. Episode 104 of the Batman on Film podcast. Batman on Film is the host and a proud member as well of the Batman Podcast Network. Check out all those shows at batmanpodcastnetwork.com. This is the time I usually ask Ryan if he has a suggestion. Anything this on this show, Ryan, you want to suggest?
I'm too sick to really understand.
Plug your other show then.
But I will plug the Everyone Loves the Drake podcast.
Okay.
Because it's great. I think it got plugged last time.
They did.
But I'll plug it again. I'll plug it again because it's great. And we've had a whole nother year's worth of that show, and here we are at the end of the year again. And we've covered a lot of Prodigal and we just released our Christmas show. So that's a good time. So if you're still in the Christmas spirit, just check that out.
All right. Very good. So again, episode 104 of this here Batman on Film podcast. I am your host and the founder and editor-in-chief of Batman on Film, Bill Jett Ramey. With me today are my great friends. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you both.
Yeah.
Got and I've got like Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then my anniversary and then New Year. So it's all like wow. 4 holidays in a row. But anyway, so I got the great Justin Kowalski and the wonderful Ryan Haas. Boys, how the hell are y'all doing?
Whew, I'm good, man. I'm off this week and hanging out, and I'm just doing dad stuff and doing husband stuff, and
all right.
So it's you know what you mean? Like, hey, fix this, build this, and that's from both. That's from both of them. So
I hear you. Yeah. Yes. How is Ryan? How was baby's first Christmas? That's always
We had an interesting first Christmas for baby. We actually spent Christmas Eve in the emergency room.
Oh, there's nothing says Christmas like going to the emergency room. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So Nora decided to have her first major cold of her life on Christmas Eve. So we're still dealing with that, and so then now the whole family's sick. So that's been kind of a great thing to cap off our Christmas holiday, but we're dealing with it. We're still trying to make the best of it and have a good time.
Yes, it'll how old is she now?
She is 5 months, almost 6 months.
So did you do the whole, shove presents in front of her and try to get her to tear it off and they have no idea what's going on?
I tried that once, but and she kind of tried to poke at the wrapping paper, but for the most part, we just kind of presented her with gifts, and she enjoys it.
Yes, that will their knowledge of presents and Christmas will expand rather quickly, sir, and it's different every year. But I remember the first one with mine. You shove things in front of them, they don't have a clue, they bang on it or whatever, and then they get to where there's, they get to where they try to wrap all the presents, no matter if they're not even theirs. So you've been there, Justin. You know what I'm talking about, huh?
Oh yeah, I think 3 is like the magic number for when they start to figure it out. Like, okay, that's it's like 2 o'clock. 2 years are like, wait, what's going on? I get to open this, and then 3 is like the excitement, and then 4, 5, and 6 is the magic.
Yes. Well, look. My youngest, Jake, is 16 and a half, and Elf on the Shelf came out again this year. I'm serious.
I'm so glad it's done.
One morning, before work, Rachel I turned the corner and there she was with it. And I went, really? And she said, yeah. So, his name is Steve.
Nice.
Jake named him Steve years ago, and he came out, and you'll like this. I mean, think of this. He's 6'2", 235 pounds now.
Yeah,
he's big. He's a football player.
Oh, I sat next to him at Wonder Woman.
Yeah. He's bigger now than he was then, Justin.
Goodness.
And he, he's 16 and a half, and he, when he found Elf on the Shelf, he told his mom, he said, I didn't think he was going to come this year. And so it was just like, so that was still got a little boy in him, and he was excited to see Steve, the Elf on the Shelf. And now Steve has gone away for another year. We'll see if he comes out at 17 and a half next year. All right, let's move on. A Batman on film, authoritative, definitive, the dadgum original. I think my best was Pete Texas accent, but I'd probably use my own Southeast Texas accent. So, okay, we're going to talk Batman in 2017, comics, animation. Of course, there was 2 movies. All right. Well, that's fair to say, right? Two Batman movies in 2017.
That's correct.
And our thoughts on all that, recommendations, and maybe just a little bit of what we're looking forward to next year. So, Ryan Haas, I tell you what, you pick the topic. We'll start there. It could be any movies, comics, whatever. What do you want to talk about? Man. Let's go.
Well, if we're going to go do a year in review kind of thing, I think the most appropriate and upbeat thing to start with would be one of the first great things we had in 2017, which is the Lego Batman movie.
Oh,
yeah. It was a great love letter to Batman, like all of Batman's history, and it was just a fun story, and it just had a fun vibe to it, And here on the show, we did a review show on episode 63, and on episode 60, we even talked to Chris McKay, the director. So that was just a really good time, really good start of the Batman on film year.
It was that is my highlight of the year, Batman wise, was the Lego Batman movie. I love that movie. In fact, every Christmas when I'm off, I'll put in Batman films and just play one after another, the ones I like, I played Lego. That was the first one I went to this year, Lego Batman. And there's still things, I told Rick about this on the vlog. There's still things that I pick up in that film that I missed on previous viewings. It's very subtle things, man. And I love that movie, and that's all I got to say about it. So, Justin.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
This thing, man.
It's a weekly viewing in our house. And I'm not just making things up. Like, we played it for the kids in the car when we're driving around on Christmas. They watch it all the time. And here's what's cool about it. They quote it now. Like, it's they're just, when they do something, like my 5-year-old jumps off the couch, he goes, "Fly, Robin, fly." So he just, they have this is their kind of like go-to Batman movie.
Yeah.
They still got some Lego and stuff for Christmas this year from it. I mean, they're still pushing things out from this movie. Like, they have a whole new line of Lego characters coming out in in like a month or so. And so this thing is, I know it wasn't this like box office explosion, but I feel like it's still plugging away with merchandise and things like that.
I'm sure home video was for it because
I think so.
Yeah,
it's great. I love it. It's such a fun concept. Lego concept in general, like the Lego movie was brilliant. Once that came out, you're like, this was actually really good. And so to see Batman get that Lego treatment, and the people involved, like you said, Ryan, love letter to Batman. And I'm so glad that we have this, because it's kind of a nice little capsule of, it hits all the Batman beats, and it hits all the different,
all of them. Yes.
From Billy D. Williams to Tom Hardy Bane to Penguin to, everything is there. The voice cast is great. And so I love it. And, it's definitely always going to be played in my house.
It's a great conduit for kids into the world of Batman, and adults can enjoy it too, because it's it's great. So yeah, Lego Batman movie, like I said, is my highlight of Batman this year. All right, Justin, whatever you want to talk about next, go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm thinking about highlights. Part of me is like, man, do we just end strong on what's the best of Batman?
On Lego Batman?
Yeah.
No, yeah, there we go. That's it.
Yeah.
No, the comics this year have been fantastic, man.
Yeah.
This has been a really good year for Batman in comics, and every year there's a multitude of Batman comics that come out, and the titles. Batman's just the marketable character. He's He is the crown jewel, come at me, bro, Superman, just like the beginning of that movie. But so everything sells, but sometimes it's like, okay, it's Batman, it's got Batman on it, and it wasn't a great story, Every one of these stories, like White Knight has been great.
White Knight,
the Batman titles are great, Batman Annual 2.
Tom King's run on Batman is awesome.
Yeah,
it's all I got to say. It's yeah.
I don't know how he does it. I mean, I was talking about this with Matt on the comic show we do, and it was a year where not just the Batman stuff. I mean, the other things that he's writing as well. Like he has a Swamp Thing coming out, and he's also doing Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle. If you're not reading Mr. Miracle, that is a crazy, fantastic book. But anyways, going into back in the Batman, everything he's writing is really good. And then even the things that you're like, oh, that was kind of, what was that? And then it comes back to you later. Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, they were setting that up, like even like during the War of Jokes and Riddles, the Kite Man stuff, I was like, what? And then it ended up being like one of the best parts of that whole story. And so just the Batman general title has been fantastic. And it's been really fun to read Batman and see the character hitting new places, like the whole, this is not a spoiler, and if it is, I'm sorry, but the engagement to Catwoman, it doesn't come out of left field. It's very like, okay, Batman, he's still the Batman, he's still the character he is, but he is, he's advancing as a person, in the published works, but it doesn't seem like a stunt or anything like that. It's like a natural progression, and you're kind of like, well, finally, and it's completely in the face of what the New 52 was setting out to do. And that's, again, not a knock on what they are doing there, but they're like, these characters, they can't get married. They can't do this. They're more interesting when they're not. And I'm like, this Batman has been the most interesting I've read in a long time. And I really can't wait to read whatever else Tom King wants to do on this title. I mean, he said he's staying till issue 100. That's going to come really fast,
Really? Okay. Well, yeah. You got 2 a month, so
yeah. So you get 2 a month, and we're in the
38 coming up. So
I mean, we could be there in about 3 years.
3 years, yeah. Wow.
So, but anyways, these Batman comics have been really great, and if you're just like, oh, I like Batman on film, I like just watching him in the movies, but man, check out these comics because they're just knocking it out of the park with Batman content,
and they're so easy to get. I mean, you don't have to go to the comic book shop anymore. You know,
no, you don't.
Yeah.
And
you should if you can, but if you can't, then
we're not knocking.
Great.
Yeah, we're not knocking comic. In fact, I would support comic book shops, but I mean, if there's not one around you, or it's just you're busy, go to read DC. What is it? ReadDC.com.
DC Entertainment or something like that.
Yeah. No, just go to DC. Just go to DCComics.com. The link's right there. It'll take you right there.
Or Comixology.
Read DCEntertainment.com is part of Comixology, and it Amazon. They're on Amazon. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So
you can download the digital copy and read them. Batman, that run has been awesome. Ron, are you reading Detective? Either one of y'all? Do y'all read
Detective? Detective's good. Detective's good. They brought back Tim Drake. We're huge Tim Drake fans. So if you're a fan of the extended Bat family, read that.
Yeah. And go ahead, Justin.
Oh, I was gonna say, the beginning of the Scott Snyder stuff, the All-Star Batman, really strong. And I think it just kind of, with everything else going on, it just kind of lost my focus. But I want to go back. And get
that reminds me. I really liked the last story. That was the first Ally was great. I'm sad to see All-Star Batman go. And I'm looking forward to more stuff. I think Scott is going to do more like one-off type of things. Am I right? Or miniseries or whatever you want to. I don't know the exact term to use, but I know he said he's not done with Batman completely.
Okay. Wow.
And White Knight we mentioned. We're right in the middle of that. That thing is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. How many issues is that? Is that 8 issues?
I believe it's 8. I think. Okay. Yeah, 8 on that. So
that's another one that it's kind of a love letter in a different kind of a way.
Yeah.
It has a lot of Batman 89 and Batman the Animated Series. Yeah. Kind of Easter eggs, even just blatant stuff. Like the world it's created there it's really interesting. And it's a fairly realistic world, and you could say that's kind of a nod to Nolan. And then the joke. Is this a spoiler? The Joker in this one is not perma white; he's a makeup wearer, so that's kind of sort of the Heath Ledger version. But he's Jack Napier, which is a nod to Batman '89. Yeah. There is a nod directly to I want to say the Suicide Squad. You know what I'm talking about? Should I? Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to, but yeah, there's something to do with Suicide Squad, the Harley. I'll leave it at that.
It's definitely it's not a part of the main Batman line. No. So if you're going into this and here's the thing, it does throw you for a loop with some of the stuff that they're saying. Yes. Like, wait, what? There was one thing in I think it was issue 3. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, and without revealing it, there's a lot of like things that Sean Murphy's doing.
The chronology is a little different than you know what I mean? So so it's hopefully at the end. Yeah, it's like Dark Knight Returns. It's its own universe. So
yes,
that's probably comparable. But yeah, pick that up if you haven't yet. White Knight. Anything else comic book wise? Anybody want to?
Yeah, I was gonna say Metal. Metal. That's the big Scott Snyder and deal.
Not a huge fan of that, man, and I love Scott, but so
I was just saying, I've been kind of lost on it.
Not good. I'm glad you said that because I don't. I'm not clueless, but I'm kind of. It's like so much, man.
It's definitely a more crazy interpretation of Batman. I mean, this is still the Batman you're reading in the Batman, comic. Same guy. It's just this crazy. It ties into the last 6 years of Batman comics from New 52 and even before, because you're getting a little bit
of Snyder stuff.
Snyder. You're getting some of Morrison's Return of Bruce Wayne, Barbados, all that type of stuff. You're getting some of the RIP stuff in there, and it's you almost have to get some cliff notes to catch up on some of it.
Yeah, it kind of feels weirdly placed right now with like Doomsday Clock going on too, because I'm like, which one is like the thing we should be paying attention to, and they're kind of competing for my attention.
Then he's got this, he's with Selena, he's bringing Selena Kyle to meet Superman, and there's different things going on, and it's fine. Hey, look, I'm not going to complain. If you don't want to, take in like Metal, and it's kind of it's a event comic with the entire DC universe, you don't have to read that. You can go back and read Batman, and it's straight up Batman. So.
But man, some of those one-offs, though, I will say the one-offs, the kind of they're padding out the story. This Batman Who Laughs,
that one was good.
That one was messed up.
It was messed up, but I did like. I thought it was pretty clever. So
well, that's what I'm saying. Usually these things aren't as good, but this was a great comic. I hated it though, not in the sense of it was bad. It was at the end of the story, I was like, oh my gosh, it was super disturbing. But again, it was high quality. It was one of those deals like this could be just filler, and it wasn't, man. It was so good. And
I guess we should mention Ryan Wright, Dark Knight 3 finally in.
Yes, that's true.
That's right. And I read it.
Do a podcast on that.
I gotta get Justin. You read it yet?
Yeah, I got the whole thing for $5.
Really? Cool.
We tried to get Rick to buy it, and he never did.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Talk about. I'm a fan of that. I was a fan of it, so I'll look forward to talking about that.
I like the story. I didn't like the art.
That's crazy to me, but
I have a theory as why, but I read it on my iPad and I had it in a guided viewing and it just blows up every panel. And maybe I was looking too close.
A lot of the art, it looks better in the bigger pages, like as a full picture kind of thing, in my opinion, because it's just kind of this big graphic, like it's trying to imitate Frank Miller's style.
It is,
and the way that the art was done, I think it just kind of works better as it's like a full page thing.
Yeah. But even some of the Frank Miller, like the little short stories, those things look terrible.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that I didn't read the those side stories or additional stories. Maybe I looked through a few of them, but I've read the main story and I really liked it. And apparently there's going to be a Dark Knight 4, probably. I would say maybe. I know Frank Miller said he wants to do one, and it's certainly
maybe after
possible.
he does the Superman story.
Yeah. No. They set it up. They set it up for it. So
yeah, true.
But
true that. All right. Anything else comic book wise? Anybody want to discuss?
Well, I mean, one last. Oh, I've got a real quick.
Go.
Even though I'm not the hugest fan of all of Tom King's stuff, I like some of his stuff and I don't like some of the other stuff, but some of, like you said, Justin, some of the extra things has just been great. And one of the best examples of that this year is the Batman and Elmer Fudd, thing. That was hilarious and just well written and just a fun time that you wouldn't think would be cool, but is very, very good.
I thought the whole premise was ridiculous when I heard, read about it when they announced it. But the Batman one is that one with Elmer Fudd, Batman Elmer Fudd. If you haven't read that, get that. There's two stories. There's one that's how you want to. The first one is kind of it's traditional. It's real Batman you see right now, the real Batman, and they kind of bring these Looney Tunes characters to life, and it's in a way that it's not like Bugs Bunny's a rabbit walking around. You know what I mean? So. And it's really like a detective story, and it's realistic, it's gritty. And then there's one that's straight up Looney Tunes, Yeah. And Tom King wrote both, and I thought they were fantastic. I had it on my list on the poll of one of the best Batman stories of the year, and it got a lot of votes. So I'm a fan of it. I'm glad you brought that up, Ryan. I had forgot about that one somehow. That was ridiculous of me to do it because it was one of my faves.
Yeah. And again, it's such a good example of how, malleable the character Batman is, how he just works and all these different things. And so, yeah, good Batman comics this year.
Justin, I think you were about to say something comic book wise.
That was it. I was just going to say it's everything that you're into, like as a comic book fan or reader, whatever you're looking for, they had it with Batman. So, the one shots, the one offs, the miniseries, everything's been good. So if you're just curious, just go check something out. Don't be intimidated by the long runs. Just jump in and grab a graphic novel. All that stuff that came out this last year was good.
They do. They collect all the the storylines into graphic novels. So that's another good way to start. If there was real quick, if there was one title, if you got to say read this one title. Monthly or bi-monthly, whatever it is now. What would it be, Batman-wise?
Oh, I would just say Batman. That's okay. That's the one. If I was limited to one book, I'm like, okay, that's the one I've been enjoying the most. And you get an issue like 36 and 37, which on paper it sounds kind of goofy, but especially 37 was such a good comic book, and I'm gonna tap into something terrible. Is it has a great understanding of what the Batman Superman relationship is, and it almost felt like, I would love to see this explored this way in the cinematic stuff, not in like, hey, let's hang out every movie type of deal, but like the way they hit the points there, they nailed who Batman is as a character, they nailed who Superman is, and then at the end they showed, okay, this is why they can work together when you have an understanding of their nuances. And I just thought it was a fantastic issue, and I think a lot of people have felt that. I think it's going to be one of those issue of the year type of deals, but I would just have people read that book, man. And,
you don't know what Justin's talking about.
Yes. Sorry.
Batman, Bruce Wayne brings Selina to meet Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and it's a two-parter, and it's like the first one is like talking each other into it, and then there's
and Superman's seeming to be, Superman's in it, and he's just like, they're both doubting their friendship, and Superman's like, well, if he's if he's engaged, why didn't he tell me? He's like, he doesn't care about me, and it's really showing like Batman has an insecurity about him. He doesn't feel like he has friends, or almost like he deserves it, and then you get to the end, and it's like, you guys, they both have this same emotional block. And again, talking about it sounds really silly, but it's a great issue, and it's actually a lot of fun. And
yes,
I'm surprised it even went there. That they went there.
The second part, they go on a double date at a fair. I'll just leave it at that. Okay,
but it works.
I'll leave it at that.
There you go,
Brian. One title, you with us on Batman, or would you recommend something else?
What, Batman? I mean,
just if you had to pick one title for someone, okay, you can read one title. It's Batman. What would you suggest? Any Batman?
It's got to be Batman. Okay. It's got to be Batman. Tom King's Batman.
All right. Okay.
I want to cut that out. Sorry.
All right. So, movies. We mentioned Lego Batman movie, but there were other Batman movies this year. We include animated and of course live action. We had Justice League. We had Batman versus Two-Face, and I know I'm missing one of them. We had Lego Batman
and Harley Quinn.
Batman and Harley Quinn. Yes. Now I'm not going to count. There was, the what was it? The Justice League Dark, and then there was Teen Titans that Batman was in. But we're talking about they were Batman films. We've already proclaimed our love of Lego Batman, but look, I thought that Batman versus Two-Face was pretty good. I like the first one better. Of course, it was it's in the '60s Batman Adam West universe, so it was good to hear and kind of sort of see Adam West as Batman again. And we did a show on that, so I thought Harley Quinn and Batman was awful. I mean, one of the worst animated Batman films I've ever seen. I don't even know why that.
It's one of the worst Batman things I've.
Oh my God! It's just it was. It was
terrible. And I am not being hyperbolic. That's the truth.
Not at all.
Yeah,
it was.
So go ahead. Go.
It was such a weird choice and a weird direction. And I don't know if we talked about this on the show or not. I feel like me and Ryan talked about it, and it feels like a stain on, like, you have this really awesome legacy of Batman the Animated Series, and then, hey, 25 years later, let's revisit it, and just take a huge crap on it.
They shouldn't have put it in that universe. They want to do something like that. Made it, its own. I mean, Bruce Timm did that Justice League thing. When they were different
Gods and Monsters.
Do something like that where it's different. It's not the aesthetic of the animated series and all that stuff.
Even if they took this story and just transplanted it into a new art style, it would still be
one
of the worst Batman. It would still be bad,
but at least it wouldn't be.
But when you add that animated series style and you add the pedigree of Bruce Timm and everything, it's terrible. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, the thing that I've heard a lot of people that like it have said things like, well, it's supposed to be this like raunchy parody of Batman, and that's kind of how you have to look at it. But in my opinion, I don't want that. No real Batman, official Batman thing should take that route. Really, I mean, because it's a huge waste. It's just a huge waste, and it's a big.
And I'm not being I'm not being in the face rude. It doesn't bother me. I mean, a more mature version of Batman, but this was just bad. It was just bad. Yeah, period. That's the bottom line.
And it's confusing, even seeing it. I see, like, oh my gosh, like I can see my mom buying that for my kids.
Yeah.
Just like you see it, and so it's just a confusing message on the brand too. I mean, I don't think it impacted.
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, the movie itself doesn't even know what direction it should take. It's serious 1 minute, then there's Batman fart jokes and stuff the next. Like it's everything that the Lego Batman movie isn't, by comparison, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And this year it's like Killing Joke came out this year too.
No, that was last year.
Right? Oh, was it last year? Oh, okay. Never mind. But I was just going to say, like, Bruce Timm, you're making questionable decisions, man. Like, even I think there's a lot of backlash on him too. Like, what's his deal? Like, what are these decisions that he's going for?
Yeah. So I understand. Yeah, I can understand the criticism. It's, I guess, trying to do something different, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
I've tried to watch some interviews and stuff with Bruce Timm about Batman and Harley Quinn, and he just seems so uninterested in talking about this movie. I mean, the guy asked him, like, so what's the story and how'd you come up with it? And he's like, well, we just Batman and Harley Quinn, point A to point B, and that's that. And he just seemed like didn't really even want to sell me on the thing. It's just like, we just made a movie. So that just kind of makes me feel really down about that whole project, to be honest.
Well,
thanks for celebrating 25 years of the character.
Yeah.
You could have done something if you wanted to. You wanted to use the animated series aesthetic and everything. Then do something that's 100% set in that universe. It's in continuity, and make it a celebration of that instead of this what we got, whatever it was. I don't even know if it was celebrating anything but nonsense. Okay. Any thoughts?
I would say that.
Go ahead.
The Batman versus Two-Face, I loved it.
Okay, that's where I was going.
We did a show. We did a show on it. It's episode 97. You can go back and listen to our whole breakdown of it. And it was very bittersweet, obviously, because we lost Adam West this year. That's kind of a big down note. But it was nice to see all of the people that were fans of his and loved Adam West and loved that 60s show come out and support him and support his legacy. Like, they had that big lighting ceremony, at the top in LA. Yeah, it was great. We did. I'm pretty proud of the BOF show we did on that. Episode 76. You can go back and listen to. We just kind of honor Adam West and everything that he brought to the character. Kind of kept Batman alive in the 60s when the character was almost done. So it's bittersweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one. I brought this up on that show we did for the movie. It was, would you want to see a continuation of those films with a different actor voicing Batman? And there's two ways to look at it. You're continuing the legacy, the Adam West legacy. But on the other hand, if you don't have Adam West voicing Batman, then it's kind of a bummer. So, I'm kind of split on that idea. So,
yeah, I think you need Adam West to do it. I just do. I think it could be honoring if done well. It's just, it's kind of like, just let it be. That was him. Yeah. That was, put tie it up right there. And, lucky we got what we got from him. And yeah, I think then it becomes kind of not watered down, but like, they should have just left well enough alone and let it be what it is.
Yeah. And, yeah, there's a case to be made on both sides, really.
On both sides. But at this point in time, the fact that we did get two complete, animated films with that cast is really great. It's really great.
All right. So we've talked Batman versus Two-Face, Harley Quinn and Batman, Lego Batman movie. Okay, elephant in the room, Justice League.
Yeah,
I mean, we've talked it to death for the last forever. But what else is there to say? It's I'll leave it this, from a critical and box office audience standpoint, it was not a highlight for Batman in this year.
Not at all.
Not. That's just the fact of the matter. So, personally, I'm just ready to move on. So, I mean, if y'all have any thoughts I want to discuss, I mean, the Batman, Batman in that film, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, go back. Our episode 101 is our Justice League review. I think we're pretty thorough in that. But yeah, overall, I'm glad it's over. Batman deserves better. All those characters deserve better. And
Yeah.
I hope that Warner Brothers, takes that to note in the future.
Yeah.
I am, like I said, I'm excited like I was, if you want to use the word excited, like I was 20 years ago. I mean, when I started Batman on film, there was a reason to, quote unquote, bang the drum, because we're coming off of Batman and Robin. And while Justice League is a better movie than Batman and Robin, there's still a lot of, I thought personally that Batman, the depiction of Batman in Justice League is the worst on film since Batman and Robin. And then where are we going now? There's a lot of questions, what we're going to do. So I'm like, come on, man, we got to make some good films and better decisions going forward. So yeah, in that regard, I'm fired up. So am I missing anything Batman on film from this year that I left out? Did I leave anything out, or we got it?
That's the big stuff. I mean, if there's one more animated thing, there's Justice League Action, which has been out this year. Yeah. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, that's been fun. My kids like that. I watch it here and there with them. I can't speak on this, but Gotham. I don't know if anyone's keeping up with that.
Gotham. I'm keeping up with it. It's terrible. I hate it.
I honestly have not seen it since the second half of season 1.
I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to spoil a little bit for you, because if
please,
you don't,
please.
So one of the characters that was a gangster in the first 3 seasons or whatever, they've turned him into Solomon Grundy. It's terrible.
Okay.
It's terrible. Riddler forgot that he was the Riddler, and he was like, thought he was not smart anymore, but he was smart the whole time. It's weird. But here's a good one. Bruce Wayne kills Ra's al Ghul, and now he's dealing with that.
Wait, what? Ra's al Ghul's already in it?
Ra's al Ghul was already in it, and Bruce Wayne has killed him, stabbed him to death, basically, and and they're kind of dealing with that. So yeah, it's weird.
As a kid, how old is Bruce Wayne on this show? Is he 15 right now?
He's like a 15. Yeah,
yeah.
So he's like sunken down into like emo kid, like super party kid. Like, I don't care about my mission anymore because I killed somebody, and I don't. So they're kind of playing that angle, but it's just weird. It's just kind of I don't even. I'm watching think of it when I don't. When it comes to like Batman, I don't even think of that show anymore. As part of what's going on with Batman. So,
yeah.
All right. So we got movies. What am I missing here? We got movies, comic books. Guys, I'm turning it over to you all. Come on, come up with some.
Oh, well, I was going to say, just if you want to go video games, Injustice 2. I mean,
okay.
The key on that. I've been playing that. That's been fun.
Yeah, and Telltale Batman season 2 is out now too.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, right. It's up to episode 3.
I have got to. I'm going to play it because I love episode 1 or season 1 or however they title it, and I don't know if this would be a 2017 thing. Ryan, when did they come out with Return to Arkham? Was that last year?
I think that was last year.
16?
Yeah.
Anyway, I finally got that, and I'm back to playing the original Arkham Asylum, and I'm going to play Arkham City after that. I wish they would do this for Arkham Origins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
haven't played Arkham Origins.
I like
it's one of the best ones.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
To be honest.
It's good.
I'm playing Arkham Knight. I'm in and out of it because I'm playing other stuff. But Michael he sent it to me. He sent me a copy. So
cool. That's
been kind of cool.
Stuck in that sewer, Ryan. You know what I'm talking about? That big drill thing that's Arkham Knight.
We need to do family sharing. I need to just play it and beat that part for you.
Okay, I'm going to beat that damn thing. That's okay. I'll put that on my
2018.
Speaking of 2018, okay. Just what are you looking forward to, Batman wise, in 2018, and maybe just the stuff we talk about here on Batman on Film in general. For example, I'm looking forward to Aquaman. So
yeah,
that's going to be fun.
Yeah. So Ryan, what do you think, man?
Well, I mean, 2018 is going to be fun. I mean, I just looking back on 2017, look at how many great like standalone BOF shows we did. We did 2 really good Dark Knight Rises shows. We did Batman 89 and Batman Returns commentaries. We did a lot of
I'm
great
coming on
Star
Forever
Wars shows.
show. I'm going to do Forever, y'all, for sure.
So I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say those commentaries are fun.
Yeah. Commentaries are fun. So we should definitely do Batman Forever coming up here soon. That'll be a really good time. So, and we did our Rocky show. We finally did our Rocky show this year. I'm excited about that. And Creed 2 comes out next year. So I'm sure we're going to cover that. So I'm just excited to do a lot for BOF 2.0 and to do a lot more just fun podcasts.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to just how the news is going to start spilling out, you know. It's kind of ironic that it's, you know, Batman on film 20-year anniversary in 2018, and you're going to have that similar like feeling of news and
bang the drum, like
everything leaking out, and so that's I'm looking forward to that mixed in with, you know, obviously it's 20 years later, so those different things to kind of chat on. There's always history and Batman, just stuff to chat about. And so I feel like we're going to have a lot of cool programming this year as well, as we, you know, continue to expand what we're doing and, like, you know, doing the vlogs, the new website, hopefully some more, you know, just some other content we can get to and guests.
I'd like guests. We're going to, you know, look, guys, when I'm retired from the quote unquote real job at the end of May, I'm really going to do this. I can do this way more than I do now. And it's also, I'm almost do it full time anyway, but, guests. Yeah. I want to work on guests. I want to travel and, you know, and do things like shoot video. I talked to Justin, like, man, I need to come out to California and let's go do, like, maybe go to DC Comics and do something, you know?
Yeah.
Like
we got to do that.
You know,
that'd be a fun time.
Know, maybe I can get us in Warner Brothers and we can go, you know, look at the movie props and costumes and do stuff like that. But what else? I'm looking forward to Gotham by Gaslight.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
I have been wanting that for years, and I've been saying it. And I even
you've been talking to James Tucker on Twitter, like, do this.
Yes, every time I did, and he told me, he said that is on my wish list, and I guess he finally got his way. They're doing that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited.
Brave and the Bold Scooby Doo.
I'm about to say that, and listen, talk about cool, fun stuff. They are, if you didn't know it, I posted an article this morning on Batman on Film. They're having a premiere February 6th. Is it the 6th? Justin, do you remember the date?
January.
Oh, January? Okay. Well, it's coming up then. They're doing a premiere out in LA, and it's a family thing. You can bring 4 people. So you can bring like a family of 4 or 4 friends, whatever. And it's going to be OF proper. Check it out. You get the details, but because you have to email in your name and the outlet you got it from and how many tickets you want. But I wanted to send Justin out there for press, and he's got like a schedule conflict, and he's like, I think he's mad at me for even telling him about
it. I'm so frustrated.
Oh, so
it's so fun.
Yeah.
Batman Brave and the Bold is one of my favorite Batman things.
It's my favorite Batman animated series. I've said that, and people look at me like I'm crazy. It is, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's good.
It's so good. It's such a fun show, man. And DJ Bader, come on the show, because
hey, keep saying he is on Twitter. Yeah.
I know he's probably busy. He's doing TV shows and all that
Come
stuff.
on, DJ Bader.
We just need to go straight to we need to go to his, I don't know, his representation or something.
Got to get him on here.
Yeah.
I hope, you know what? I hope there are more Brave and the Bold movies like this in the future. I hope there's. I hope
pair them up with other WB properties or whatever. Yeah. That would be sweet.
That's fine. Cool. It's cool with me.
Oh yeah.
I am also looking forward to, and I don't know when this will start happening, but it's going to be fun to cover a solo Batman film again. You know, it's been years since The Dark Knight Rises. And, you know, if you want to count the, 6, 7, 8 years, that whole, that 4 years in between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, the anticipation, when we're going to hear news. So, the whole Matt Reeves thing, I'm excited for that. I mentioned Aquaman, That's going to be. I hope that's so good. I did like him in Justice League, and I like that portrayal of Aquaman. I hope that movie's good. I'm pulling for it to be kick ass. Wonder Woman 2 should start filming, so I'm sure we'll be able to talk about that. Shazam, yeah.
Shazam's early.
That's another one I've been wanting for a long time. And let me real quick, because I think me and Rick are on the same page with it. I say make this thing PG. It doesn't need to be PG-13. And go balls out crazy. I mean, have Mr. Mind, Dr. Savannah, Talkie Tawny, do all that stuff. Make a whole cool Shazam Captain Marvel universe. Is he still Captain Marvel or not? I can't. He's Captain Marvel.
Once they hit 52, he's been Shazam. So
whatever.
Yeah. And because the Marvel Captain Marvel is going to come out, I think they come out within a couple months of each other. To be honest, it's kind of it's
a
weird
2019 thing or something like that.
Yeah, I think they both come out in 2019, and they both are like within a few months of each other, and so can't say Captain Marvel and then Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. I mean, so how do you do Captain Marvel Jr. and Uncle Marvel?
I know because they cast him. They cast Freddie. Yeah, they cast him, and so I don't.
I mean, it seems like the kid actor cast they're getting is going to be pretty good.
They got to do this PG, don't they? This has got to be a PG movie.
You would
I hope so. I think that it wouldn't make any sense to sell this concept up. It just has to be a fun movie. It needs to be kind of a just adventure in the vein of like Star Wars and stuff like that. Most Star Wars movies are PG, right? I don't remember. I don't think this current one was, but
the older ones were. The newer ones are skewing PG-13.
Were y'all okay with Zachary Levi being cast as Captain Marvel? Whatever.
Yeah, that's one of those classic things. Like, don't react too much to casting. Like, he's been chosen for a reason. He's bulking up. Like, whatever. Just wait to see the movie. And he
was Fandral in Thor. I mean, he was in shape for those. I mean, he wasn't like huge, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter to be honest.
I thought it was fine. I didn't go what or anything like that. I just went, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
I want to see.
Yeah, Mark Strong's in this thing. The kid playing Freddie Freeman was in It. I know that he was in It, and then I have no idea who Asher Angel is, but he's Billy Butts, and I forget who else is in it, but. It's gonna be. I'm hoping it's a good thing. And the director, who's directing it? I just lost his name.
It's Sandberg, right?
Okay, yes, he's a pretty fun guy to follow on Twitter. So he's good at trolling fans and
did he troll about Batman being in it? I guess kind of, sort of.
Yes, he did. He did. He's been playing with action figures and stuff, and people took that as like, say Batman's in it. And it's
here's how I think you
guarantee you Batman is not.
Yeah, here's how I think you connect it to the DC universe. You don't, it doesn't need to be, in the same continuity as say Wonder Woman or Justice League or whatever, but those kids can be like huge DC fans. Like Billy Batson is a DC fan. He reads Superman comic books, reads Batman comic books, and wants to be a superhero, and then he becomes one. I mean, that's how I would tie it in.
Billy Batson loved Justice League.
Yeah.
Do it that way.
Shut up, guys.
All right.
He's so
all right. Let's plug some stuff. Ryan, what you got, dude?
Oh, just follow me on Twitter at SMB_Ryan and follow the Tim Drake Robin Everyone Loves the Drake podcast at ELTD podcast. I mean, one other thing I was going to mention at the end is like, it's worth mentioning that the whole Dark Knight trilogy just came out in 4K Blu-ray. So, yeah. So I got those for Christmas. I started Batman Begins last night. It's fantastic, and I've heard that I haven't watched them yet, but I've heard that The Dark Knight and Rises are what they call in the AV world reference quality, as in like one of the best examples of the 4K technology you can get with the IMAX scenes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited about that.
Let me ask you maybe I'll sound old or dumb or both, but you have to have a different player, right, to watch these?
You have to have a 4K TV and a 4K Blu-ray capable player. Yes. Okay. And 4K discs. Okay. New everything.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to keep that in mind budget-wise. All right.
Yeah. I'll have to watch somebody's because I'm done buying physical copies. I'm done. So I'll have to watch the Apple upgrade Apple upgrades them automatically to 4K if you get the 4K.
I think the Dark Knight trilogy has already done that. So
on there, cool.
Okay, I watched the whole Dark Knight trilogy during my marathon run. Batman '89, Dark Knight trilogy, Lego Batman, part of Batman Forever. The scenes I like of that movie. There's a couple things I like.
Yeah.
You know, I like. Look, I like the opening. I like the whole bank vault, the whole opening segment. I think that's kind of cool, and I like the end.
Until Two-Face says beer and pizza.
Yeah, even that whole speech he gives, is good, and it's anyway. I am coming on the Batman Forever commentary.
Save it for the commentary.
Save it for the commentary. All right, Justin, what you got?
That's a good one. Yeah, just follow me on Twitter at J_Rocca. And if you want to check out Let's Go Comic Show and Let's Go Podcast, go to letsgocast.com. Actually, launching a new show on that. I won't be on it, but on it in about 2 weeks. And so I'll be posting about that. And so, it's fun.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
It's just teasing. You don't want to say anything else?
Well, I mean, it's called Start Today, and I got two of my buddies there, just kind of going topical, and just two guys talking about kind of current events and or just their thoughts on whatever comes about. And so they wanted to go at it, and I was like, okay, let's do it, and let's see how it goes. And so it's kind of fun.
All right.
So I might have a sports show coming too, but I don't know yet.
All right, I will.
Here you go.
Of course, let announcer Rachel take us out here shortly, and has all my stuff on there. But I do want to say to you two, thank you for everything you've done for Batman on Film over the last couple of years since y'all came on board, became part of Team Batman on Film. Because, I mean, there was a point where I didn't know if I was wanted to keep doing this in late 2015. And then there's been times during this whole Justice League, honestly, and negative stuff with DC and Batman and reporting the truth and getting all the nonsense back. Weighed on me at sometimes, and I'm like, I want to keep doing this, But I am very much excited, and part of the reason I'm excited and ready to move on is because having you two on board, and also I wrote a piece on Batman on Film, thinking everybody I could think of over the last 20 years, I mean everyone. So look, I'm gonna say this publicly from where I'm at now, and in my heart, I have no hard feelings or ill will toward anybody who's ever been part of Batman on Film. So I just want to say that. So, and thank you to all those folks again. All right, boys. Happy holidays again. I want to say, Happy New Year. Actually, that's what we got left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Also,
let me say happy anniversary to announcer Rachel. 17 years.
Oh, yes.
On the 30th. So, yes, sir. Go ahead.
I love your pictures. I love the pictures you post on Facebook.
Oh, I was going to ask you, Bill. I saw that the other day. You were talking about it on Twitter. So, you've been with announcer Rachel for 17 years, and BOF is going to be 20 years.
Yes.
So, BOF was around before you got with announcer Rachel.
Yes.
So,
she was cool with that.
I wanted to know, what did she think about, BOF, at the start and all the way through? I think that's kind of fascinating.
Look, she is not like us. Is that the way I want to put it? She's not, she likes, Real Housewives and fashion and makeup, and she's a girl. Okay. But she has been Batman on Film's biggest supporter. I'm thinking, I think she thought it was cool. I mean, it was 1999, 2000 when we met. And, it was, I think, telling her, look, I can remember thinking, what's she going to think if I tell her I run a Batman site? I mean, especially back then, but she always thought it was cool. And I guess because the internet was so, it was newish back then and had the site, and she thought it was kind of cool. And I think just because she didn't want to do anything to upset me because I was so awesome and everything. And, she was trying to get her hooks in me and hitched up, but she's been Batman on Film's biggest supporter. She's, and she's not going to complain when she gets to go to cool stuff like movie premieres, and she's got to sit in on interviews with Christian Bale and rode an elevator with Christian Bale, and she's, met Emma and Thomas and Christopher Nolan. I mean, she's been a lot at Warner Brothers. So yeah, she's done some cool stuff, but yeah, she's Batman on Film's biggest supporter. And also with you and Rick or you two and Rick and keeping me going. She's, when I thought about, do I want to keep doing this? She's like, yeah, you can't stop doing this. People count on you. People, you don't think people count on you, but they do. They count on how you deliver the news. They don't have to, they want to go to other sites where they're going to be spoiled and be, fed clickbait nonsense. So, yeah. I went on and on too long, but thanks, announcer Rachel, for supporting Batman on Film. Love you. So, okay. You'll make me misty-eyed here thinking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, what's going to be cool? In a couple days, we're going to launch Batman on Film 2.0. And so going into 20th year of Batman on Film. And so that's exciting, man. So it's big props for that, all man.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Thanks for listening. Announcer Rachel, again, she'll take us out, and we will catch you next time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey now, you've been listening to the Batman on Film podcast, a proud member and the sponsor of the Batman Podcast Network, batmanpodcastnetwork.com. You can listen to the BOF podcast on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, TuneIn, and wherever good podcasts like this one can be found. Want to advertise on the BOF podcast? Go to advertisecast.com/the Batman on Film Con podcast. Follow Jett on Twitter at Batman on Film and on BOF's Facebook fan page at facebook.com/Jett.BatmanOnFilm. Email Jett via jet@batman-on-film.com. For Jett, Rick, Justin, and Ryan, I'm announcer Rachel. Thanks for listening.